Hello, Purple Heart Consciousness holders. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and we are coming to the close of the day, but we cannot end the day without having some spiritual practice. So, this evening, I want to offer you a special prayer. We've had a lot that has been going on in the world. And with everything that has been going on in the world, we get to remember the value of spiritual practice. I always say it is for this moment we have been prepared. And we get to look up, we get to anchor in that place of faith. And our theme this month is faith and focusing on success. But the most important part of this whole program is to remember that sometimes adversity will ink in when you're starting to move upward. Part of the reason it shows up is to remind us that we can overcome all of these things here. This is what Ernest Holmes says. He says, and this is an affirmation. He says, I live in the faith that there is a presence and power greater than I am, that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. I know that this presence is all knowing and all power, and is always right where I am. So, with that in mind, right now, I'm just going to invite you to simply breathe with me as we move into that sacred place. And as we move into the sacred place right here, right now, what I know is that there is only one life, one power, one presence, fulfilling itself and enriching itself. And what I know about this power and this presence is that it is sacred love. It is that divine energy that fulfills itself and reveals itself. I know that it is in all things. It is in the nooks and the crannies. It is in that invisible that fulfills itself as the visible. So, in this very moment, I'm acknowledging it right where I am, that deep within the recesses of my being, that energy of perfect love, perfect harmony, that knows what to do and how to do it in its perfect way, is alive and thriving within me, through me, and as me. I'm knowing that that same energy I speak of is a replica of the same truth. As Ernest Holmes says, we are inlets and outlets of God. I know that that inlet presence fulfills itself in an outward way. I know that it is the same thing unfolding right now within all of humanity. And I know that it is this presence of good. It is the covenant of good that continues to grow and express itself and fulfill itself. So, in this very moment, right here, right now, I speak my word, knowing that this power for good has already ignited itself, that this power for good is the divine presence fulfilling itself in a practical way. So, in my personal life, and in the lives of everyone that is hearing these words right now, I know that the goodness of spirit fortifies itself as perfect health, that it reveals itself as the spirit of wholeness, that our body temple radiates that truth. And right now, what I know is that divine power, that divine presence fulfills itself within every nook and cranny at a cellular level, within our bones, within our joints, within our voice. It strengthens us. And if it is that physical expression of perfect health and wholeness, I know that it is the same thing that fortifies itself mentally and emotionally within our being. And so, in this very moment, right here, right now, I know that there is clarity and there is wisdom, that there is divine order. And I know that there is that thing we call peace, a peace that passeth all understanding, creating peace of mind, supporting the balance of our emotions. And as we grow and expand, I know that that divine presence continues to care and to nurture itself within us and through us and as us. I know that it is the same energy fortified right now within all relationships. I know that it is our relationship with our work. And if we're seeking the right employment, I know that the universe is alive and thriving, creating a space for more good to expand in our life. as the options show up in a practical way. I know that it is the same energy expanding itself in our relationship with our family, with our friends. And I know that this creative element supports us in our healing process in a perfect and a natural way. And as we continue to breathe, knowing that our minds, our hearts are all open, that we are open emotionally, and that the universe has created a space right now for healing to continue to grow and to be the stimulant. And I know that that same stimulant fulfills itself financially and in a prosperous way within our life. Whatever our needs are, I know that the universe has created a space for healing. I know that there's more than enough. We have more than enough resources available to us. I know that our finances fulfill itself as balance and harmony. And that whatever our need is, the universe has created a space for it to show up. So I'm acknowledging it right now as it shows up in expected ways and unexpected ways through expected channels and unexpected channels of supply. But what I know is most of all is my heart, my mind, my spirit is open to the divine. And it is the divine that continues to expand and enlarge itself as an inlet and an outlet of spirit. And I know that we are lifted up to the place of the Most High, that we are strengthened. And in that strengthening, only good can fulfill itself. And as a mirror and a reflection of this truth, I know that all of humanity, every word I've spoken, is the truth for all of humanity. So I'm giving thanks for the blessing of spirit, fortifying itself and revealing itself for me personally, and for each person hearing this prayer. And I'm giving thanks too for that same energy as the divine fulfillment as a collective. I know that that spirit of wholeness is alive, that wherever we go, it mirrors itself and it reflects itself. In our doctor's office, in our coaching of being safe and healthy and whole and complete, I know that it fulfills itself as all of our needs met in our relationship with each other. Knowing that whatever it is that we're seeking, the universe is supporting us. I know that it fulfills itself with our leadership and their choices they make to support all of humanity. I know that it shows up in a sacred and a profound way in the collective of all, and that this collective of all fulfills itself as a perfect expression of divine good in all of our relationships with each other, with each group, as a world and as a world that works for everyone. I'm giving thanks for this sacred blessing. I'm giving thanks for the bounty of spirit moving in and through and around everyone. And as this good continues to grow, 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 and expand itself as divine prosperity, as ways of being in sacred service, in ways that we can give and both receive. And so, in this very moment, right here, right now, I just simply release these words into that lordly presence. Many of us call it universal law, and I like to call it the sacred yes that smiles and says, yes, 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 according to my word, according to my thought and my awareness. And so I release these words right now into universal law. And I affirm with these sacred words, Amen, Amin, Ashe, and Aho. It is done. And so I open my eyes. I want to look at you. And I don't know if you noticed, but it felt really good to pray. And I feel a lot better since I have prayed. And I am just sending a blessing out to you. If you're viewing this, and many of you are probably viewing this tonight, I'm going to invite you to go to your prayer app, to open up the Prayerful Heart app, and send us in a personal prayer request. I have a team that's waiting right now to pray with you about something that's happening in the world right now, something that you are concerned about. Know that we love you. We're here to support you, and have a blessed day and a blessed evening. Namaste.